Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I'm Dharma, and this is going to be a daily, or from now until the next time that we do this. I did not put out a notification. No one knows that we are here. Just waiting for YouTube to figure out that we're here, and then I'll get the chat open, then I can see what you guys are saying. If you're new, welcome. These readings tend to last from reading to reading, and it's several different readings. I turn them into a story, okay, and you're just supposed to take away a message. Something like that. There it is. Fuck. 1 second. There it is. Good morning. Good morning. I don't really have any tribe news other than I have readings available dharmajane.com. If you don't want to be on members, you can get the extended readings at dharmajane.com. Oh my god. Awesome. Well, that didn't feel good. I don't know what that was all about. I don't have any news. There is no news. We've been doing this more often because I'm on break. I'm off break tomorrow. So today is the last day. But my schedule this semester is pretty light, so I can do readings Monday mornings and Friday afternoons as well, as opposed to my standard schedule of just Saturdays and Sundays. So if you have a reading in the pocket, I know a bunch of people do, get at me. We can do them. Or if you want to schedule one in, it's at dharmajane.com. dharmajane.com. Jared. O'Reilly. Good morning. Are we having throat chakra issues? Because all of a sudden, that is not a good feeling that I'm having. You know what? I think we're going to use the zombies. We haven't used the zombie tarot in a minute. Oh, Ace of Wands. Oh, okay then. So let's use the zombie tarot then, because I'm here for it. Well, I don't feel like... Well, Jared, Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the god of war. So maybe get that under control. Those are called intrusive thoughts, and we don't succumb to those, even if you're in Aries. Okay. Tell me something good. Oh, Jamie, you want me to be funny? You want me to brighten your day with all of this? No pressure or anything. I'm kidding. I'm in a mood. I'm in a whole mood. I don't know what kind of mood. I can't decide if I'm... I don't know. Something's in the day you don't know. Some things turn out right. Living on the edge. Are you ready? Tell me something good. Oh, don't cry. Cry, little sister. King of Wands. So you might know a dude that has on, he has tools, many tools. He has a drill bit, and he has one of those, what do you call the round, the saw that's got a circle on it and you push it, skill saw. He's got drill bits and wrenches. And he has a pencil behind his ear. This motherfucker is ready to work. Okay? And he has on a big ass watch. And there's something wrong with his leg. Could be a puncture wound, perhaps. It's a zombie. I don't know. But it's the King of Wands who they do shit. The King of Wands gets up and does the things, and it looks like in this instance they are working. It doesn't have to be like contracting or whatever you do with those tools, but I think that's supposed to indicate getting up and getting after it. Put it in the ketchup all day. Meanwhile, you have a raven who is hanging out, daydreaming. All of that. There's a key. Maybe they dreamed about this woman and got a piece of key insight, because down here is the Ace of Swords, which is a truth. It could just be like, if you think about, if you're this guy, the first thing you thought about as soon as you opened your eyes. Because we are having a lunar eclipse, like right now, the moon is going to be full at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I hate that word, toxic. I hate it. Only because it's one of those internet words that everybody throws around now. Like if somebody has a bad day, oh, they're toxic. No, some people have a bad fucking day. Some people have bad attitude. Some people need therapy. A toxin is always a toxin. You know what I mean? I mean, call me a scientist. But I don't know. It does the bothering in my brain space. Like, just like not everybody that you broke up with is a narcissist. That is a clinical diagnosis. Maybe they're just an ass. My hair does not look like a wig. It looks like an unkempt mop that's thoroughly attached to my head. Anyway, this particular King of Rods has a new attitude. They got some kind of insight. It could just be, you know what I'm saying, like the first thing that you think about when you wake up in the morning that feels like some kind of spiritual insight. I just feel you're right. Words bother me only because some words are so, like I put, you know, the calling everyone a narcissist and the toxic thing and the situationship and all of these words. I have no idea what I was going to say. Oh, I put them right up there with the word witchcraft. They don't define folks. A bitch lights a candle on a Sunday and all of a sudden she's a witch. Oh, this guy has a rough time controlling his behavior one day and all of a sudden he's a narcissist. Come on. Give people a chance to have flaws. You know what I mean? Before we label them with an irreversible toxin. Right. I'm just saying, if they call it spells for a reason, because you spell out words and your words affect people. Whether it is the person that you're talking to or just people that are hearing what you're saying. So be mindful with your spells. Well, yeah, if you're gonna sing it. With the taste of the elixir that I drank, you're toxic, I'm slipping under. And the taste of the poison that I drink. And I love what you do. Don't you know that you're toxic? Toxicate me now. Anyway, let's get back to this feller. These two people are not together. In both of these images of the woman, she's by herself. This one is picking up trash. It could be like cleaning up the house or the world after the apocalypse, just depending on where you're at in your situation. And so they're like a farmer. They have this like Farmer John attitude. They could be smoking. But it feels more, that's Ace of Coin. It feels more like a, that kind of King of Wands thing. Like, do you see me? It's on like Donkey Kong. Do you, I mean, it could be a King of Swords, or they have air and fire in their chart. So any mix of Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Sag, Leo. But it's like they're on this like dirt road. Or it makes me want to take a back road, makes me want to take the long way home, put a little gravel in my travel, unwind, unravel all night long, and it makes me want to grab my honey. It feels like they're on some old country road. And they... Do you see me, bitch? They take off their arm and wave it at you. They just pop their arm off and throw it at you. The zombie love. And she's all, you don't know what else to do, but throw your hand back. And I like, I feel like my entire cheek levels went all the way up to here because, oh geez. It feels like, it's cute. It's like this farmer guy, and it's the farmer in the dell. So this person has listened to a lot of opinions, a lot of them in the past or whatever. But it's like they know what they want. And it's like everybody keeps telling them that what they want is not over here. But somewhere in there, they're like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And so, ba la 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 la. I'm not going to listen to anybody. I'm just going to King of Wands act on this because this is what I want. The Hierophant. Ten of Cups. Justice and the Lovers. And Two of Cups. Exactly. The potion number 9. You guys might be exactly the same height. They're just going to do it. I don't know what I mean by that. The Fool. You, them, both of you could get a lot of like anxiety feelings right before this happens, only because the chemistry is so intense. You can feel each other thinking about each other. There's all this is my true north and all of that shit. They may have gone somewhere with someone and got like embarrassed. And I don't necessarily know what I mean by that. Show me this thing where that's the Ace of Pentacles. That is the energy shift. You feel the energy shift. They make sure that you know that there's an energy shift. It feels like you and this person communicate with each other without talking all the time. It feels very, very alien, like you can read each other without having to actually speak, which is annoying. But it feels like they do this thing on this country road where they have all these tools. And I was saying they take their arm off and throw it at you. But it could be just like a wave or a honk or a whatever, and you're all... And it feels like game on. That's all it took. It could be they wave a white flag, but I don't like, because it doesn't necessarily feel like surrender. It's zombies. Here's my arm. Game on. Game on. And then it feels like, and that's that. It almost feels like, bro, I don't even know. Talk about fucking game on. Like, just so you know, back to normal or some shit. I don't know what I've just said just now. This is later. This is a different time frame with different characters. Wholly other situation. Leave that one where it was. New story. Wow, the heartless lover and the child. That's great. Okay, so this is about kids, or there are children involved. Several of them. The fawn. It feels like being watched. And I don't entirely know what I mean by that. Because there's this himself, mega man energy, himself, okay, who you have this telepathic relationship, who comes out as the fawn. And if you're new to the channel, the fawn is your bestie. It's your other half. You have to function together in order to be the fawn, right? But there's this, they're watching their other half, and she has jewelry on that sparkles. Like if she's sitting outside and she has jewelry on, you can see it. And they're zooming in, like looking, maybe they're in the trees, or maybe they're off to the side. Their eyes are red. They might be fucking been hanging out with Snoop Dogg all day. Okay, and they're like looking to try to see what is in the actual fuck, and it looks like this Queen of the Bowels, which is essentially the Empress, because she's in charge of all of the little people that live there, is talking to, hanging out with, conversing with, having an interaction with a heartless lover. But there's all these kids around for whatever reason. The little boy card came out like 3 times. Okay, so it's an observation. Why is this one coming out as the heartless lover? King of Cups. They could be selfish. And they just, like, they're dismissive and they could care less. And they leave. They go off on the boat and somebody's just standing there like, wow. See ya, I guess. Maybe they're rude. They come out as the heartless lover. And you have this woman who's standing there with all these kids and this heartless lover, that's what the card says, okay, comes up and does the whatever, and I feel like it's rude or just selfish or heartless or awful, or I don't know what their problem is, and then they leave. And you have this Queen of the Bows standing there like, wow, you are appropriately titled. And it feels like you take a step back, like, and in the meantime, you have your fawn, who is your other half, and they're watching this interaction. They are observing to get insight on the dynamic there. And the dynamic is they're a heartless fucking lover. And I think when they see this, it turns them on. Not that seeing this woman getting treated like shit turns them on, but I think that maybe there was a thought that this Queen of the Bows was actually in a relationship with the heartless love, which is not the case at all. Not even a little, only because they're awful. They're awful. They're not, you know. And so that spark lights up like they were telling the truth. They are not a thing. They are, but it makes them feel like, I don't know, because I mean, Ace of Rods means a lot of things, but it could be it lights a fire under them. Like, don't fucking Treat them like that. And they're like, see? Ace of Cups. They're mad. Look at their face. It feels like they were being serious. That person really is a fucking soul shrinker. They really are heartless. And they're watching this interaction and I feel like it makes their feelings grow, I guess. Well, because for one, they understand now that this Queen of the Bowls is, I guess, telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to put this in, like, real life, it feels like a custody exchange. You know what I mean? Letting the co-parent come and get the kids, and co-parent gets out of the car and shows their ass because that's what they fucking do. You know what I mean? And then they leave. And then you're like, you just sit on the fucking steps for 10 minutes to let your heart rate go back to normal because from dealing with that forever. And this one's like, except I keep looking down and seeing this big ass, look at how far away you can see this ring. You know what I mean? So it doesn't make any sense. You would think that they're married because she wears the ring, but how do we know that's a wedding ring? Mine isn't a wedding ring. Mine is a fucking matriarch ring. I earned the fuck out of these diamonds and I paid for them. I'm gonna wear them forever. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what that is? Probably never asked. How about you ask questions instead of fucking making assertions? Ever think about that? Anybody? Bueller? Ever fucking think about that? Meow. So that was the answer they were looking for. It really does feel like, wow, I could have just asked. I'm just showing a parallel. It could be something like that. It just feels like you have this like spy who's not a spy. They are your other half of your heart walking around outside of your body. And they're watching an interaction that isn't necessarily pleasant. And then they are put, like, it feels like putting a bunch of puzzle pieces together or a bunch of light bulbs turning on, and they're like, okay, like, that makes sense. Ace of Swords. I feel like that's all she wrote. That's all she needed to know. That's the story, Morning Glory, and then all systems go. I don't even think you're aware that this is going on because they're in the shadows. God, I don't know if I want to get out more fairies. The fairies are exhausting. They give me a lot of details. And the zombies are freaking me out. I don't want to talk to the zombies anymore. Oh, let's do this one. Oh. Alright, so there's something about someone's pure nature or vulnerability that makes someone all of a sudden really happy. Like, to the moon and back. All right, this is overnight. I'll probably do another one in the morning since the moon isn't going to move until tomorrow afternoon. Then I'll do moons tomorrow afternoon. Oh, sunny day. Little ladybugs. I got nothing. This tells me nothing. Kenya says, can you hear me? No, I can't hear. I don't know what you're saying. Give me something else. Sometimes they speak, sometimes they don't. Those ones are best as an oracle. Those ones are dramatic. The Vikings are dramatic. The murder of crows is really dramatic. I am not inspired, y'all. Oh, fun, the labyrinth. Okay. We'll do labyrinth. I love the labyrinth. Yeah, you can go to my website, dharmajane.com. What's up, Viking Warrior? Here we go. The trolls haven't been so bad today. That's nice. That's always nice. All right. So I feel like somebody is in like a shit ass mood. Being a Queen of Swords. Her legs are, this is odd. This is the second time in a couple of weeks where I've seen someone have strangely articulated legs. Like that doesn't look normal. So maybe you're stretching or doing yoga or I don't know. But her face is all, she's mad because I don't know if she feels like she was lied to or if, I mean, I don't want to call it a pity party, but it feels like I'm not going to get what I wanted. And I know that I'm not going to get what I wanted. So I'm just going to sit here and fucking pout about it. And then the Hermit shows up. The Hermit is someone you haven't seen in a while, and it makes you really, 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 really happy to hear from them. Because maybe you guys didn't leave off on the best of places. They want you to come to their house. You have some kind of fate with this person. You know it, they know it, and they're coming at you with an Ace of Rods, Knight of Rods. Ace of Rods twice. It feels like you're sitting there mad, and then boom, like 9 o'clock, this person shows up, and they're like, come here, and you're like, yay. Super yay. Because 6 of Pentacles. You're like, finally, yay. Reciprocity with your 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is your past person. I almost said it, like your favorite person. So this is you getting to spend time with your favorite person. What did I see somewhere on the internet gods have spoken? Being really pissed off at your man because you miss them is a real thing. Pouting because you miss your man and you want to snuggle up inside of the man blanket and you think that it's not going to happen. And then they do. And it feels very simple. It feels like there's no like, hey, all this long introduction. It's, hi, come here. And you're all, fucking be there in 5 minutes. King of Swords. This is a King and Queen of Swords together. This person has like bird-like features. They probably have really, really, really long fingers and a nose that looks like a beak in a way. They just look like a bird. And it feels like you've been waiting for this because they're a hermit and you know they're a hermit. You can't fault the hermit for being a hermit. You gonna get mad at a wizard for being a wizard? But at the same time, don't like forget that your needs matter too. And if your needs can't be fulfilled by the hermit, perhaps you shouldn't be fucking with a hermit. I'm just saying. This person I don't want to say that because Nine of Cups in the Moon, exactly. You guys take a whole bite out of the apple. They are let's just put it this way. It is made clear that they are extremely excited to see you. When you walk in, you can tell. If that makes any sense. They're standing like this. I can't unsee it. Okay, I seen it. I can't unsee it. Making me blush. Somebody might have on a robe. Six of Cups. I keep getting Six of Cups. And Six of Cups is I keep hearing your favorite person. They're going to shoot their shot. Ace of Wands. They're going to fate. They're going to wholly shoot their shot. They are not going to hold anything back. It feels like the only reason this thing hasn't worked out is because of restriction. because yeah, the robe. It feels like this King of Swords, or maybe it's both of them because they're the King and Queen of Swords. There's been restriction put on this thing, and that's why it hasn't bloomed into the fate that it's supposed to be, because we keep putting a restriction on it. And it feels like there's something about this time frame where this particular King of Swords is like, I'm going to see what happens if I just if I stop trying to control it. It feels like normally they would have been like, okay, I'm going to let a person come and hang out with me for like an hour. Anything over an hour constitutes something more, so we're not going to do that, or I don't fucking know. But they're like, I'm not going to put any rules on it. You could still get a hard on if you're celibate, Cornelius. Don't make me have a fucking sex ed conversation with you. Ace of Cups, though. Ace of Cups twice. Holy shit. And Ten of Pentacles. You both are, wow. That's why I like using double decks. I've got 2 Labyrinth decks and they're mixed up together. And the Ace of Cups came out twice. You might say it. Both of you might say it. And once you say it, it's been said. And then that's that. And it feels like now that it feels like this bird man does bird-like things. Okay, think about what an owl would do. They have 360-degree view. They represent, spiritually speaking, using your time wisely, wisdom, night vision, all of that shit. And when they see something that they want, they go and fucking get it and then have it. There's no, this is a decision with your favorite person. Four Wands. Well, you guys are just alike. King and Queen of Swords. You are just alike. And you are both coming forward with a full Ace of Cups. It feels like the key to the relationship, the key to a long relationship is to be with your best friend. And you guys probably giggle and laugh like freaking Waldorf and Statler. Oh! Nobody wants to go to the opera with you? Cornelius, don't say stupid shit. We'll kick you off the plank. It feels like they know that they need to do this or do it like this because they don't, it's not that they don't want any competition. I mean, they're an owl. If the owl is going to, then an owl is probably relevant, but if they are going to have something, they're going to go have it. But at the same time, it could be apparent that there are others with their eye on this queen of feathers, and so they need to just go and have it. It's not that difficult. You know what? I'm trying to explain fucking stupid shit. A man knows that if he doesn't want his woman to date, he must claim her as his, and it feels that simple. There goes my note. It really does feel that simple. And so you leave the night hearing the L word. You've been waiting for that forever. Six of Cups. Forever. And I wake up and I know I want to be the man that wakes up next to you. When I go out, well, I know I want to be the man who goes along with you. Okay, right before we come back, you might be talking to a Queen of Rods. It feels like there's some kind of truth given here about a Queen of Rods. Because I got the King and Queen of Swords again and the Six of Cups. It feels like I need to tell you something. And she's all, okay. And it feels like they're just being honest. And they want to see what your reaction is going to be. And it looks like they're looking. It looks like you come at them with temperance. Which, of course, it's their news, not yours. And they tell you about said news. I don't understand what the news is. Something they regret. Something they did and something they regret really, really, really fucking bad. And it's probably going to haunt them for a little while. But we'll figure it out. And they want you to have temperance. They're giving you, this is my point, they keep coming forward as an owl. They're like, with this one, they're my best friend. If I just tell them the truth about things, I bet you it will go way better if I try to dance around whatever. The Phoenix. Swans. Okay. Okay, I understand. And they're like, that's it? You just understand? And you're like, they're like, that's why you're my fucking soulmate. It doesn't, don't get me wrong, it doesn't feel like it's the end of the world. It feels like something that they did that they are not necessarily pleased with themselves about, and they want to tell you about it, and they want to see what you're going to say, and you just take it in stride, because I don't necessarily think it, I think that this person may be a little bit insecure, and if they feel bad about something that they did, they automatically assume in their head that you're going to judge them and feel the same way about them that they feel. And you're like, it doesn't move her at all. It feels like she's like, and what did we learn from that? Right? And they're like, this is why you are my soulmate. Because of this right here. I can actually talk to you about my truth. I don't have to hide shit. All right. One more, please. Four Swords. You might sleep really, 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 really well. You might feel like things are finally just good. And it was good. Right? King of fucking Swords. You're in some kind of whatever with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. That is a fact. Okay. Private readings at dharmajane.com. I'll be back on for something at some point. Okay, make sure you subscribe. I love you guys so much. Until